6:30, Jody and Rebekah at Children's Our phone back is raring to take your call. 800-800-7277, 1-800-800-7277. We're looking for 28 Miracle Makers this hour. That's $20 a month and 65 cents a day. We have 7 so far. We need 21. And Rebekah is sitting across from a very handsome young man this morning, whom we have met many times before, the now 13-year-old Sim Scott.
Dude, you grew up! You're like a foot taller than last year.
Good morning, man. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. Listen, man, a few words at this hour.
I think I embarrassed him.
How many? Yeah, I know, he's blushing. The cheeks are a little bit red this morning. So good to see you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you. I've got to ask you a bunch of questions because, okay, we met about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was a brain tumor, right? And it's like 95% gone now.
Yeah.
And what is left along your brainstem is now in remission?
Yes.
How cool is that, man? I know it's been a long fight, but how do you feel now?
I feel much better, and I'm glad that over the years it hasn't done anything. It's just stayed the same. I would panic if it started growing, but thankfully that hasn't happened.
I don't think there's much that would make you panic because listen to this. If you've never met Sim, first of all, you're a member of your school's chorus. You love to sing.
Yeah.
You're a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Is it Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
Yeah. I'm a black belt in karate.
Karate.
I'm a different belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh my gosh. Well,
wait. How many do you do? How many different fight moves can you do?
Enough to kick my butt.
Well, yeah. Well, we've seen that. I remember a couple of years ago you did that. Remember you took Jody down? Yeah, that was awesome.
Put me on the ground, this young man
We
did.
should do that again.
And as I understand it, you were just recently invited to Duke University. You took your SAT. You're in 8th grade, dude.
Yeah.
8th grade and you're taking your SAT. How'd you do?
I think I did pretty well. I got a little bit over the average 7th grader. I think the average score for the 7th graders who take this test are, I think it's a 1310, and I got maybe a 1350.
Oh, wow.
That's better than
Could you have even imagined yourself doing that 2 or 3 years ago when we first talked, when you were really in the thick of this fight?
No.
Yeah, it's been a long, amazing journey for you. By the way, Mom is videotaping all this, or is she periscoping? Have you taught her how to periscope yet? No, she just uses a simple video function there. I'm sure that you're a bright young man, a very smart young man. I'm sure you watch the news. Over the last week, we heard that former President Carter, who was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, is now in full remission. That wasn't possible 5, 6, 7 years ago, either for adults or children. And you've been a part of that adventure, part of that discovery process in finding treatments that will help not only you, but other kids out there. When you saw that news, when you heard it, did you feel, I don't know, kindred spirits? Did you feel, you watched the story, I'm sure you saw the story. How do you feel when you hear about those stories?
Well, it always makes me feel a lot better because some of these people are going through a lot and it's not so great. So it's always good when I can hear that they're able to get better.
That's awesome. That's awesome. In fact, there was a story not too long ago. It was your cousin, I believe, who did not get better, and
Yes.
passed away from cancer. And as a result, you donated your hair not long ago for children who have lost their hair because of chemo and cancer treatments.
Yes.
That's a very personal thing to do, and I'm sure it was very, very emotional for you.
Yeah.
When you talk to other kids about this, and I'm sure they must ask you questions, what do you tell them about this battle that you're fighting and that you fought?
Well, I think they should just always stay positive and just have some amount of hope because whatever they're going through, they can still get better, and no matter what they're going through, they just need to try to stay positive so they're not always brought down all the time.
That's right. Yeah, that's good to see you again. Are you going to throw me on the ground again in a few minutes?
Please do. Please. I'm begging you.
Hold on a second, because as I mentioned a few minutes ago, the phone number again is 1-800-800-7277, 1-800-800-7277. We need miracle makers for people just like Sim. It's $20 a month, 65 cents a day. Our friends from Fairlease are answering the phones this morning, and the folks from Neighborhood Credit Union.
We actually have 16 miracle makers this hour.
And And you know what? I've been so engrossed in Sim, we've met before, and I just completely went blank on the name.
Yes, my name is Chet Kimmel.
Chet,
I'm the,
thank you.
President of Neighborhood Credit Union.
Boy, I should get that right, don't you think?
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Chet, why is it important to you for you guys to be here? And I mean, you have your staff out here at all hours. This is amazing. Why is this so urgent for you guys?
That's right. We do have quite a bit of staff out here this morning, and there's very few things that will get me out of bed this early. but I will say that, helping out these children, helping out the communities that we operate in, it gives you such a great feeling when you hear the wonderful stories of success. That people are getting better, and the contributions that are being made actually make a difference. It just gives us a fantastic feeling.
Boy, it's what the holidays are all about.
It really is, and not just the holidays, throughout the year.
True, very true. And that's the beauty of the Miracle Maker gift.
Is it's year-round.
Year-round, and people have no idea how deeply Children's Health, Children's Medical Center depend on the Miracle Maker gifts. And the thing to realize, the money, every dime, stays here in this area.
Yes, it does.
And it goes to the research that creates a way to beat this sort of disease for Sim and so many thousands of other kids. And that's Neighborhood Community Credit Union is in the business of providing homes and futures for families. But this is a real future that you're providing for people that might not be on everybody's radar screen.
Exactly, and it's something we get our members involved with. It's just not our employees that are making the contributions. Our members are also aware of what the program is and are making contributions. And this morning I would challenge anyone from Neighborhood Credit Union, or actually any credit union that's out there, to get these calls in and make these contributions and sharing the success.
And if you call 1-800-800-7277 right now, Chet will give you a 2.3% home loan.
I'm sorry. Don't put words into his mouth.
Was that me? Was that my outside voice? Thank you for being here this morning. And you two guys,
we appreciate that. We have. He's come by our credit union, and he's such an inspiration to our employees.
How does it feel to meet the guy we're all going to be working for one of these days?
I know, it's amazing. He's an amazing young man.
I vote Sim for president. Don't you agree? So what are you going to do? What are your holiday plans? What are you doing this holiday season?
I know that sometime around Christmas, some of my family from Wichita Falls is going to be coming down, and we're going to end up going to Holiday in the Park at Six Flags. Yeah, and we're probably going to have some fun at the house, spend time with family, so that sounds all good.
Man, I am such a fan of yours.
I know, we need to get you a Stars
Oh,
game.
yes, he's got a star sweater.
Were you here yesterday when the whole team was out here yesterday?
Look at his sweatshirt.
I know, you have all these autographs, that's why I asked.
How does it feel to be a fan of the best team in the National Hockey League?
It feels good, and I always get really excited when they win.
You're killing it right now.
I'm sure that everyone in this room is very excited for you. It's so good to see you. Man, I'm telling you what, you're going to be, well, you're probably already driving.
Almost.
Now to think about it. Have you thought about college? I know Duke invited you up, but are you thinking about where you want to go? Because that's not far away.
I'm not entirely sure yet, but in the next 2 months, I'll actually be talking a lot about that with my teachers and my counselors, so we'll figure that out.
Would you have ever dreamed 3 years ago that you'd be having those conversations?
I don't think so.
Wow. It is so good to see you, man. You just made my morning. Thank you very much. Sim Scott, everybody. What a staff you've got from Neighborhood Credit Union and Fairleys, of course. The phone number again is 1-800-800-7277. 1-800-800-7277. We have 12 Miracle Makers. We need 16 more. Come in.
You can also donate online at KLUV.com.
Yeah, come into the fold and do it on behalf of Sim Scott, because every dime you donate helps kids and young men just like him, young men and women. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Chet. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Let's check traffic here at 6:39. Back to Katie London.